I don't think I've ever talked publicly about my love for the paranormal and all things witchy and dead and
Or
but,
undead.
or undead. Hello and welcome to The View from 4 feet and 3 inches. I'm your host, Cassidy Huff. I am a white woman. I am sitting in a big, comfy, brown faux leather armchair today. I have a white pillow behind me. I have baby blue podcasting headphones on. My blonde shoulder length hair is down. I have a full face of makeup on. That's becoming a new thing recently. I have I don't know what you would call this. It's like a crocheted sweater-ish.
Yeah, like a crochet mesh.
Yeah, thank you. Crochet mesh sweater. I think that's it for me. But I have a wonderful virtual guest with me today. And my virtual guest is Bhavna. Hi, Bhavna.
Hi, Cassidy.
It's so amazing to have you on. Do you want to do a visual description?
Yes, thank you for having me. I am an Indian woman. I'm also sitting in a chair. It's like a gamer chair. It's got like blue and not that you can really see it in this light, but it's got some blue and black detailing on it. My hair is also down just past my shoulders. It's got some purple on the ends. It's black with purple on the ends. I've got navy blue podcasting headphones and cat eye glasses, which I love. And also a full face of makeup because it is my war paint.
That I should start saying that. That's really good. I should steal that.
You should.
I
It's
should.
free for everyone.
Yeah, truthfully. I feel like we're giving off very different vibes right now. And I
Yeah,
love
but
it.
also similar at the same
But
time.
also very similar.
Yeah.
It's very strange. I love it. So
Yes.
Bhavna is a good friend of one of my producers for the show, and we've been meaning to do a podcast episode for a few months now. We just haven't been able to align schedules and all the rest. So I'd love if you would tell the viewers and listeners what you do, who you are, and why you're here.
Yeah, I'd love to. Well, I'm Bhavna. I'm me. I mean, that's a really corny way to say it, but I am also a podcaster. I have a horror podcast called Bloody Broads Pod, where we deep dive into horror media. We are your horror guides from page to screen and everything in between. That is what we like to say and do. Basically, stuff you wouldn't find in a regular movie review. We like to talk about inclusivity. We like to talk about representation, mental health. A lot comes up in that. We're pretty open and honest there. So if you're looking for not just oh, did this jump scare get you kind of a vibe, by day I'm in tech and I'm a full Indian stereotype when it comes to that. And also, I'm not sure when this is going to drop, but I actually have a podcast coming out with our friend Wes called Double Feature Creatures, which we've recorded a few episodes, and it is a romp of a time. We basically pick movies for each other to watch and then talk about it. And so far, he's only hated one of my choices. So
That's pretty good. I
Yeah.
frequently come to Wes with business ideas, and he frequently, I wouldn't say hates them, but he
No.
frequently is like, maybe let's not. So for you to get it past the majority of them past him, that's pretty good.
I mean, I'll give you a spoiler. One of the movies that I expected him not to like was Magic Mike XXL, and he loved it. I know.
Wow.
Exclusive,
pretty
guys.
Oh, I'll have to listen to some episodes. I'm excited.
Yes.
When is that dropping?
We are actually launching June 11th with our first episode. So,
So this episode will be out by that point.
oh,
so
there we go. Check us
go
out, guys.
on over. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so you're in tech by day. You're a podcaster by night. I guess?
Mostly by night,
late
every day.
afternoon.
Yeah.
Love it. How did you get into podcasting?
Actually, it started on the artist formerly known as Twitter.
Love
One of my mutuals, Jamie, she had said something. I forgot what the exact tweet was about, but she basically said she could go on and on about The Shining and how alcoholism is really the villain and not ghosts, and that's been the truth. I'm not going to say it's my take. That's literally Stephen King has said that is the deal here. And I DM'd her and was like, oh my God, same. And then we're like, wait, should we start a podcast? And then we were like,
Yes.
Like, am I allowed to curse? I forget.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, we were like, fuck it, let's just do it. And there weren't that many AFAB voices out there, and
Mm,
I definitely haven't and still haven't seen many South Asian voices. So I was like, you know what? Let's go.
love.
And we haven't looked back since.
I love it. That's such a cool origin story.
Thank you. It's
How
just
long ago was
literally
that?
2001. We
Okay.
literally, sorry, not 2001, 2021. Oh my God.
I was like, wow, that was a long time
No,
ago.
I would have been in middle school. No, no, no. 2021. And we basically put it together in like a month and then just ran
Wow,
with it. Yeah.
that's impressive.
Thank you. it takes
Um,
it takes a community.
it truthfully, truthfully, it
Yes.
does.
It really
Running
does.
a podcast is not light work. People don't realize.
No.
People just think I like put on my headphones and strap on my mic, and I'm like, yeah, just talk for like an hour and a half to cool people, and like, yeah, that's the fun part of my job. But the reason Wes and I started even working together was because I was like, hey, I need help.
Yes,
This is hard.
exactly. It's
It's hard.
exactly like
It's like there are so many moving parts and so many elements, and it's like you can do it by yourself. I did it for a long time by myself, but like it
it's too much.
drains you.
And it sucks the love out of it. And I never want
Yeah,
the love to be sucked out of this. And I want to be able
exactly.
to help anybody I can as well along the way, like either helping them out or even hiring them on or doing anything like
Yeah,
that. Like I love networking and community based things because it feels less like a job and I feel like I don't have to mask as much, you know?
100%. Yeah, I completely agree. So, this episode I'm really excited for because I don't think I've ever talked publicly about my love for the paranormal and all things witchy and dead and
Or
but
undead.
or undead. And so I'm really excited about this. So I will start this off by saying this is not a gimmick. I fully am fully into all things paranormal. My partner and my favorite show to watch right now is the old school Ghost Hunters from like
Yes.
early 2000s.
Oh,
I
the Zach
can't do
Baggins
Ghost
days.
Adventures.
Oh
I
no,
can't
that's
do
Zach
Ghost
Baggins.
Adventures.
Me
Mm-mm.
neither.
Because
Me
they're mean
neither.
to them. They're mean to them.
Yeah.
They're like knock 3 times if you want us to leave, and then they knock 3 times, and then they're like, so how did you die? And tell me the most traumatic event of your entire life. And I'm like, what?
Buy
And
me
then they're
dinner
like,
first.
she threw something at my head, and I'm like, well, yeah, I would actually throw something at your head too if you're gonna ask me about the
Why do
most
you want
traumatic event
to
of my life.
Yeah, why would you want to provoke these people? That's what I've never understood. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. Like
Let
that's
them
why
not
yeah.
live. Like, let them chill out.
Yeah, like I personally love the BuzzFeed Unsolved guys.
So do
Who
we.
now oh, excellent. Who now have you been watching is it Ghost Files they do on
Yes,
Watcher?
Ghost
Yeah,
Files.
love them. I actually got to
Yep,
go to the Toronto show when they came to premiere some of
that's so
like
fun.
they do a different episode. They did the one where they were in the jail in England. I forget which city. That
Oh,
one. And it was fun. I almost got to go up on stage to be that person they use as a control, and I was like, but I was like, oh,
oh,
I don't know what they're gonna ask, and then I was like, crap, I could have gone on stage. But
mm.
no, I like those guys. But even Shane gives me anxiety when I watch
He
those
does
shows.
give me anxiety frequently. That's why I love ghost hunters because they're
Yes,
very much like into the debunking aspect of everything,
yes,
but they try not to provoke them unless they really have to. They're always respectful of everything. Their like clients are of the utmost importance. Like we just watched one where they did find some paranormal activity in this place that they were in, and the employee who like brought them to this location was really freaked out. I think she was like a
yeah.
hardcore Catholic, and she was like really really freaked out, and she was like, "Oh my god." And they like reached across the table and like held her hand as they were telling her. They were like, "It's okay. They're not here to hurt you. It's not what Hollywood wants you to believe. Like they're not going to kill you. It's okay." And
Yeah,
she was just
it's
like borderline tears, like freaking out. And they were
oh
so kind and so sweet to her. And like that's what I love about that show, about the like not as much. I don't love the reboots as much,
no,
They're strange with the camera
Yeah.
angles. It's very cinematic, and I don't like it.
And it's not cinema. Like I understand editing has to
Mm-mm.
go into it, but a lot of
Sure.
like if you're looking for that's if you're looking for entertainment, which fine, that yeah, that's the goal. That's how they make their money, but it's also like but if you're going to actually get into the nitty-gritty of the actual subject matter, you kind of want the unvarnished stuff because that's where you lose
Exactly.
me.
Yeah, exactly. Once Kaz was like, my partner when we were watching one of the reboots of Ghost Hunters was like, what is up with these camera angles? Like, why do they have ambiance lighting? Whereas the older episodes, they just turn all the lights off, all of them, and they have night vision cameras. And this time it was like not a night vision camera, but like a filter over the top of regular
That's
camera work.
lazy.
And Kaz was like, what is this? I
Yeah.
can't watch this. I can't do it. But we have a K2 meter at home. We have a
Mhm.
few EVP apps that we use through our phones. We use spirit boxes. And like
I
I
love a
am,
spirit box.
okay, I want an actual one, but
Mhm.
we have like the apps that do spirit boxes for you. We found some like good ones. We do research before we're not into the gimmicks. If it starts coming
Yeah.
up with like kill, I'm gonna be like, wrong, out, sorry,
Yeah.
gone. Um, but we've
Unless
been
you have a
able to
troll of a ghost.
correct, which we have had in our household. But I want to hear how you got into the paranormal spooky. You were already into horror,
Yes,
right?
so I've
Okay.
I've always been into horror, and like again, this is like you. This is not something I speak publicly a lot about.
Mm-hmm.
Like I usually have to get to know people for a while before I'm like, yeah. By the way, your house is haunted. You know, it's not something I lead with. But
Oh,
I'm
so you
also
can
new.
feel them.
Yeah, yeah, I
I
can
can feel
feel
them
them.
too. Can you see
Yep,
them? I can see them.
I can see them. I don't see them for too long.
Me
I mostly
neither. It's always
see.
like shadow people.
Yes, it's also
Mm-hmm.
like it's quick enough where I'm like, yeah, this could have been a human person that walked by me, but why is somebody walking by me in the middle of my room at 2 in the morning?
Mm-hmm.
That's not the case.
Somebody's in my house.
Yeah, basically. Or why can't I roll over on my bed on that side in this hotel? Oh wait, it's one of those things where if I do ever talk about them, like if it was I explain things in like a Dear Diary kind of way, people would be
Mm.
like, "You're trying too hard," but it's really not like how Hollywood wants you to see it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it really isn't. It's very quick.
Mm-hmm.
It's very gut feelings. Like You're not really
Intuition.
thinking with your. Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um, I write, but yet my vocabulary, she shy. She is shy. Um,
Mine doesn't come out unless I'm like helping other people.
yes.
But for me, I'm like, words gone.
Yeah.
Gone
Words.
words.
God. Grammar. What grammar? Structure a sentence. What? Um. But yeah. No. So it was one of those things where like I was always like this, but I didn't quite um know how to put a word on it. I just thought maybe my eyes were playing tricks on me or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also undiagnosed neurodivergent kid as a kid. So like who knows? A lot of things, the world was gaslighting me on everything,
Correct.
especially growing up as a woman or as a girl and all that stuff.
Correct.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And I loved horror too because for me horror's like it's we like to say on our podcast too that horror is the inevitable, you know. Um and it's all in the anticipation for things. It's all in the anxiety of things. Like it's very real. Horror is kind of an all-encompassing genre.
Mm.
Like it's real life. There's horror in real life, just as there's comedy in real life. Um, but I digress. As, how do I explain it? It wasn't until I was older and I heard from other people, and I'm like, oh yeah, me too. Oh, so it's not just me. Oh, okay. Like I had a few defining moments with some people in my life where I was like, oh no, that was definitely that person.
Hmm.
You're like, there's no way I could have known that it was somebody. Like
Right.
I have some stories, which I'm sure we'll get into.
I love stories. All the
Yes.
stories.
Yes. Well, I can give you one now.
Yes, please go for it.
I used to be friends with somebody, and like, I was at their place. It was with their grandma and
Mm.
their mom and stuff, and we were in their house, and they have like, how do I describe it? It's like a split level. Like
Mm-hmm.
so there where they're sitting is like kind of like the den where the kitchen is, but like you can either go up or down from
Mm.
there. So if you go up, like you can see, I was facing the split, so I could see people walking
Okay.
along there, and the bathroom was on that floor as well. So I thought I saw her dad walk from the room to the bathroom, right, just out of the corner of my eye while I'm having a conversation with the person across from me. But he was in like an all gray suit, and I was like, that's weird. I don't know why he's in a suit. But then not even 9 seconds later, her dad actually just came out from a room further down, like dressed normally, and he walked, and I just kind of went like I just got taken aback a little bit. I was just kind of like,
Yeah,
what?
because you're like, I just saw you.
Right, enough that my friend had noticed, and she was like, you okay? And I'm like, no, I just thought I saw your dad walk into the bathroom, but he was in a full suit. But it wasn't your dad. It's just and then I downplayed it because I wasn't really open with her at that time with about
Right.
uh, my third eye or whatever. And then her grandmother was like, did you say gray suit? And I said, yeah. She goes, was he wearing like a fedora? I was like, yeah, it was brown and it had like a belt kind of around it or whatever. So she turns to the person I knew. She turns to my friend, and then she goes, go get the red photo album from the basement.
No.
So she goes and she gets it, and she brings it back up, and it was her grandfather that I saw. So I saw like her
He's just
grandfather that she
chilling.
never got to meet. He's just chilling.
in the house.
He's just chilling in the house.
I love it.
Right? It's like that. It's not like all like,
No,
oh,
it's
bro,
not
I
like-
got demons on my ass, bro. You know?
Well, I think that's what a lot of people think of, right? When they're like, that's why I don't lead with it.
Yeah.
Because
Because
people are going to be like, you're actually crazy. And what do you mean you see ghosts? It's usually in my own house that I see them. I have so the way that our 1 bedroom apartment is we have a big bathroom mirror, and it faces the bathroom door. And then the bathroom door is adjacent to like the hallway. It's not like a door, but it's like a doorway.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I was this is the first time it happened. I was like brushing my teeth, and like kind of looking around and brushing your teeth, and I saw what I thought was my partner, in the doorway of the hallway, go like this is the wall right here, and it was like,
Oh,
and
like
it,
kind of
like,
around the corner and then back over.
yeah, and then I was like, okay. So I called for him, and I was like, hey, what do you, my cat really wants to be in the shot.
Aw.
So I was like, hey, what are you doing? And he was like, what do you mean? I'm in bed, which is like the next room over. There was no possible way that was him. And it was also like, it wasn't like I saw with my, it's strange, right? Because it's like, I don't really know how to explain it, but it's like you see something, but then the second you actually focus your eyes on it, it's gone. And so
that's
that's the way
exactly
it was
it.
for me. And so when I like focused my eyes on it, it was as if the energy just kind of like ducked back around the corner where I couldn't see it anymore. And so I was like, oh, okay. So I called, and I was already into like mediums and like kind of discovering my ghosty abilities, if you will.
Yes.
And so I texted one of my friends who is a medium and had done a reading for me prior. And I said, hey, or I had her come over to our house, actually. She was over here. And she was like, I was like, so when you see like spirits, what do you see? And she was like, well, it's kind of like when you fix your eyes on it, they're not there anymore. And I went, okay. And she
That's
goes,
it.
why? And I was like, I think I'm seeing them in my house. And by that point, it had happened like a few times, and it was always in that mirror. And so she was like, I told her what was happening, and she was like, oh, okay. But it was really interesting because my grandmas, who were the queen lesbians, that's what we referred to them as. They were
Love it.
together for like 30 plus years, and they had passed away within 9 months of each other. And so they had passed about a year or two prior. And before that, like I had kind of seen things like that before, but not as vivid as this time. And so
Yeah.
she was explaining to me, like, what I think is happening is I think your grandmas, who were like your best friends, who you loved very much, were kind of a gateway into that. And you wanted to connect with them so much in the afterlife that you just kind of opened yourself up to not just seeing and connecting with them, but like everyone.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay.
I I
Interesting.
was yeah, I was raised Hindu, you know, so like and cuz I'm Indian and I was raised Hindu and like we have very and I'm grateful for this and I found
Yeah.
you know I'm more grateful for this as I get older is that we have very specific death rituals
Mm,
and things that we do like it's very and it varies from family to family but it's
correct.
very
Yeah.
like once a passing happens we all know what we have to do so that's kind of
Mm,
nice on that end you know
yeah.
where it's not like oh what do we do it's like no it's very quick it's within a week there's many prayers and
Oh,
rituals and things like that so I'm no stranger to rituals like it's a lot of uh, it kept me open as well which is why I'm like we're ignorant to think you know that we're alone we're ignorant to think that it just goes away. Like even
yeah.
scientifically, it's energy. It doesn't go away.
No, like
You
you
know?
learn that in science class. Like
Mm-hmm.
energy stays energy, it just transfers into something else.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that what
And
they say?
yes, something like
Yeah.
that. And it's like it's just ignorant to think that we're alone,
Right.
regardless of what people want us to think. Which is why it's also very confusing growing up like this and stuff where you can't it's why I didn't have language to associate with a lot
Mm.
of my feelings and things that I saw, especially because I'm not interested in capturing any proof.
Nope.
Like I'm not interested in proving it to anybody else. I saw
Nope.
what I saw. Like
I know that they're in here, and I like since I've learned more about the spirit world and done quite a bit of research from many different sources, not just ghost hunters. I have locked our apartment down. Like, there's nothing
nice.
that's coming in here without it having our best intentions in mind and at heart.
Mhm.
There's nothing coming in here that is going to hurt us. Now, things can slip through the cracks. I understand that. Just like people. It's
Yes.
just like people.
Just like
Um,
people.
but I'm very energy intuitive, and so I'm constantly like, if I'm like communicating with something, I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, that doesn't feel right. You can go. You
Yeah.
can. There's a window open. You can head on out.
Yeah.
But I have the crystals. I have the sage. I have all of the above, just to lock everything down, make sure that no one comes in here. But in talking with my mom specific, I won't bring my sister into this, she thinks I'm crazy, but
My
my
brothers
mom
think I am too, so it's fine.
but my mom doesn't, is so strange. I was like talking to her, she got a reading done from my medium friend after I did. And once my medium friend, actually I should have her on the pod, anyways, Regina is her name. Regina came over and told me that I was seeing spirits and verified that our house was haunted, and which I kind of already knew. And so I was relaying this information to my mom, and she's like, "Well, when you see them, what do they look like?" And I was like, so I explained it, and she goes, "Oh, I see those all the time." And I was like, "Hmm?" And she was like, "Yeah, I've seen those my entire life. I just didn't know what it was." I was like,
See,
"Oh,
it's that language. You don't know how to describe it.
okay." Well, also, like, I grew up in the church, and like it was very much like,
Ah,
if you're
yeah.
seeing anything, it's demonic. So like you just need to pray it away,
Yeah.
basically. So that's why I kind of gaslit myself every time I saw something or had some kind of experience when I was younger, because I was like, I'm just, I just need to pray more. Like, it's not actually happening. It's in my head.
Yeah. Thankfully, I think my family is slightly more open to it, just again because of the nature of the culture and stuff
Right.
too.
That makes sense.
And how we express our spirituality, and it's usually through ritual. It's through, um, you know, like we have specific. I don't want to call them prayers because that just kind of like downplays them, but like it's specific scriptures we read for certain things,
Right.
for certain intentions, and certain
Yeah, that
altars
makes
like
sense.
we grew up with like I always had it's a temple or a mandir. We always have one at home. Everyone always
Mm,
has one. Like I've grown up with that. Like I
mm,
have that in my house. um we have the Hindu version of, I hate calling it a swastika, but it is a blessing because svas literally means health and good wishes and like
Mm.
good fortune. And then tikka is a symbol. So we have one of those on our house. We always have.
Mm.
Like, whenever we get a new car, it's always got to be blessed. Like the first stop is like straight to the temple, get it blessed. Then you
Get it
go to like,
blessed.
we
You know
do.
where-
It's
Yeah.
it's one of those things you don't question,
Correct. Yeah.
Right? You just do it. Like even my
Yeah.
brother, my youngest brother, who's not that spiritual, like he immediately took his car to the temple as soon as he got it.
Yeah.
Like got that thing blessed.
Yeah.
We get our houses blessed. We have certain like fire rituals we do when you get a new home and things like that. Like it's all for this, like it's all for protection, which is why I haven't seen too many things in my home specifically, which I'm grateful for because like, we do all the protection work for it. But you mentioned sage, and that made me laugh because I remember it was my grandfather's not his funeral, but like his, how do I put it? We have to have like a prayer ritual type thing. It's like part of the death stuff about a couple days or something after they die. It's for their soul. It's basically to help them
cross over.
Yeah.
Okay.
To help them cross over to either they're going to reincarnate or they're going to do whatever, but it's basically to have them at peace. And we do everything we can. And like it's specific people have to like lead it. Like it has to be the eldest son.
Interesting.
Patriarchy, whatever. But like I have a family member we do not talk to, but she had to be there. And as soon as she left, my aunt, whose house it was, like my uncle's house, like she busted out that sage so fast. As soon as she left, she started just smudging every window.
She was like, it
basement,
must be
everywhere.
done.
It must be done. Backyard. She went around the fence. She went outside because we also took some bushels. We were like, we are not playing around. Like we don't want this woman's energy anywhere near us. Especially when you're like open, like you're literally doing something for the soul. It's all open. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, you're literally opening it. I kind of think of it like
The door's
you're opening
open.
the gates. Yeah.
Yes.
And then things flood in, and whatever comes in.
Yeah.
That's why we're really careful with like who we physically bring into our home.
Yeah.
And I have lung issues. Our kitty, who's blind, also has lung issues.
Poor kitty.
And so I
poor
can't
you as well.
Thank you. I can't do a whole lot of sage or any kind of smoke inhalation. But just the act of not even lighting it, just waving it where the,
right.
It's
your intention that counts.
Exactly. It's the intention. We have crystals along all of the windowsills to charge them, yes, but mainly because they live there, and that's where they're supposed to be. I learned later, after my maternal grandma had passed, that she was a witch, and that so it's a generational thing in our home. And she didn't really have any rituals that she would do. I guess they became rituals whether she realized it or not. But she would always talk about her great grandma and how she was a white witch. That's what they called them. And she was a healer. And people were scared of her because women but also and like magical powers, whoa. But people would come to her and ask to heal broken bones and warts and things like that, and she was educated in medicine of the time, and so she would do that and call herself an herbalist and a witch because of that. And so I think that energy was just passed down. So now I'm like a, what is that, like a fifth generation witch. And so, and I've had mediums tell me that too, which is kind of how we realized it. And then my mom's house has always been haunted. Always.
It sounds like she saw a lot.
She has a lot of energy happening in that home. Good energy. But
yes.
like she had, this is a great example actually. She had a statue that belonged to my grandma, and got it when she passed. It used to sit on my grandma's coffee table, and it's a very witchy statue actually. It's one of those circular statues, and it's women that are circling, that are in circles, they're standing side by side, and because they're lesbians, they all have their boobs out, which is great, on track.
Hey, you don't even
Um,
need to be a lesbian to have the boobs out. Boobs,
get it,
free the
girl,
boob, free
for
the
the
boob,
boob,
free the titty.
honestly. And then sitting on top of that statue is a giant glass ball. I mean, come on. How did we not know? She was a witch before
Right,
this. The signs
right.
were all there. And so it used to sit on my grandma's coffee table. Now it sits on my mom's island. And for Halloween, a few years ago, after my grandma had passed, my mom was getting out Halloween decorations and put a witch hat on top of the glass ball. And she was like, "Oh, grandma would hate this. Like, it's so funny, right?" And she put it on, and I watched this thing on FaceTime fly across the room.
Grandma did not like it.
And my mom was like, and my mom she wasn't surprised. She had no reaction to it. She just turned around. I said, Mom. She turned around. She goes, "Mom, that's not nice. We use our words in this house." She grabs it, puts it back on the thing. 5 minutes later, does the same thing, flies
Mm-hmm.
off of it. And I was like, "Mom, stop putting it on there. Like, Grandma doesn't like." I know you want to see more of my content. That's why I started a Patreon just for you. If you subscribe to a monetary tier on my Patreon, you automatically get access to hours of unseen footage, behind the scenes, post shows, weekly live updates, weekly private live streams, and of course, so many never before seen pictures and videos of Champ and Monty. So, what are you waiting for? Head over to my Patreon and check out all of the perks that I have for you.
You're
And like
literally
that,
poking the bear.
you cannot explain that. Like, there was no wind, there was no breeze, there was nobody and if it had just fallen off, it would have just fallen off onto the island. This thing flew
Yeah.
across the room. I was like, take it off. She does not
You
enjoy
angered
this.
somebody.
She doesn't like this, and it wasn't malicious. It was a little straw witch hat. Like, it was fine. I just thought it was funny that it was specifically on my grandma's statue, and specifically after my mom was like, "Grandma would hate this. Let me do it."
Listen, you can't rebel even after they're gone.
It's
They will
true.
find a way to knock you down a peg.
It's true. They will. Okay, what
Now,
other? Yeah, go for it.
I was going to ask you, now do you
Yeah.
normally see or experience people you know, or is it usually just whatever's there?
So, my whole house, my grandma's were my best friends, and
Mhm.
now my whole house is kind of a bit of a shrine to them,
Oh, that's cute.
because we have stuff that we got once they passed. So I kind of assumed that they were just gonna come on in, once we got them. So they're definitely here. Um, so yes, I do experience things, people that I've known, people
Mhm.
that I still know in the afterlife that do haunt this home. Um, but also it is people that I don't know because I do invite them in occasionally. Like when we're experimenting with K2 meter different apps that we have, I'll be like, "Hey, does anybody want to come chat with us? Anybody that we know, anybody that we don't know?" Um, and a lot of times I can sense that it's someone that we don't know.
Mhm.
Um, the other day, we had a bit of a mischievous spirit
Ooh,
that
love
came at the
those.
wrong time. Um, I was filming, Kaz and I were both filming a reaction video, a YouTube video, and we were filming it. We had lights on in our room, and then we had a ring light that was set up so that it wasn't faced towards us, but it was facing towards the wall so that the light would bounce off.
Right.
And I use this ring light at least a few times a week, usually every day. And it was plugged in to an outlet that uh, another thing, another light source was plugged into. And we were about 10 minutes into recording, and this light went off.
Huh.
And Kaz was like, "Is it on a timer?" I was like, "No, this thing doesn't have a timer." So we checked the plug, we checked the wire, we checked if it was screwed in, we checked all the physical things.
Right.
It was fine. So we plugged it back in. Kaz was like, "Okay, that was weird. Lights go off all the time, right? Strange. Okay,
Yeah, it
next."
happens.
So we turn it off, or we turn it back on because it was off, and we pause the recording to figure what was happening. We
Mm-hmm.
turn the ring light back on. We start recording again. 30 seconds later, off. And I was like, "Are you kidding?" It went off probably 6 or 7 times in the
Somebody wanted you to
25
knock it out.
minutes. In the 25 minutes we were filming, I was like, "Okay." Eventually, Kaz to the open air, just goes, "Excuse me, if you could please stop. We are trying to work. Thank you." And it stayed on.
All you have to do is ask. They just wanted to be asked and
They
included.
just want to be recognized.
I'm
and
here.
then
I exist.
I exist. So we finished it peacefully. And then as soon as we stopped, Kaz went, "Okay, you can play with the light again." And no joke, 5-10 seconds after he said that, went off.
Amazing.
And
See,
I
they
was
just
like,
wanted to do. They just wanted to have boundaries, and you set
pretty
them.
good.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. So I was like, "Hey, you can talk to us. I welcome it, truthfully, but not when I'm working." Please actually don't do
No.
that while I'm filming. Really don't appreciate it. And my poor
Yes.
editor just kept having to like cut everything out. And the whole time I was like, "I swear, it's nothing physical. Like it is witchy. Please cut this out." I was like, "Please, God." It was happening so often. Every 30 seconds to 2 minutes, it would just turn off. And it was sporadic. It wasn't like it was timed. It was very strange. So, and I could sense that it wasn't someone that we knew because people that hang around here, spirits that hang around here, know that that's my job and know not to mess with me while I'm working. So
Right.
that one was very mischievous. I also know that we have some childlike spirits that are
Mm.
around here. We've gotten confirmation of that. We've gotten papers that fall off places and fly, and doors that close, and
All the usual.
all the usual. You don't have any spirits in your home.
No, not in my home. So it's usually when I'm somewhere else.
Like other people's
I
houses or like
uh,
public?
other people's houses, public in general. Like for example, I love to travel. So like if I go to I describe London, like for example, London, one of my favorite cities, London in the UK. I describe it as like a trifle or like a layer cake of the energy because it's an ancient city, right? Like
Correct.
predates the Romans, etc., etc. So it's like, and it's a city built on top of its city, on top of a city, on top of a city. So
Oh, I
like, it's
didn't know that.
very much of like because when you build up, right? So it's like
Right.
there's ancient structures, but there's even more ancient structures underneath, like not just the tube, etc., etc. There's a
Yeah,
lot of
there's also
history.
tunnels down there that aren't the tube.
Exactly.
There are like
Exactly.
there were yeah caverns, tunnels down there.
Yes. So
Yeah.
like when I go there, it's like it's just like a okay. I treat it like the energy I get hits me like humidity.
Mm,
You
interesting way
know,
to
where
explain
it's
it.
not something
Yeah.
you can capture, but it's
Mhm.
something you definitely feel and it affects you. I mean, it
Yes.
doesn't make my hair wilt or frizzy. I'm thankful for that. Thank you, spirit world. But like,
Let's keep it
you
that
know,
way.
yeah. And whereas, I'm from Toronto, same city as Wes. We are an old one as well. But like, depending on where I am, we have the fun little adage of like indigenous stuff that
Mm,
pops around. So like for me personally, I see a lot of creatures more so than people.
love that.
Yeah, and
Can you explain what you mean by creatures? I'm so interested.
yeah, like I don't know a lot of their names, but like the for example, we call them Winnebagos because I don't like to say the name, but I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. They are a shape shifting creature, and my friends have like this trailer, like it's a private trailer park, so it's
Mm-hmm.
essentially, but like with man made lake and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
I go up there and I see them a lot. They don't fuck with me. That's the thing. The creatures make themselves known to me, but they're not looking for me.
They say, "Hey."
Yeah. One night I was sleeping and then the window was open a crack in the trailer and I could I could hear somebody like a bipedal creature running, but running faster than a human could. And it was a bipedal. So it's like it was running as fast as an animal.
Mm.
It was like galloping, but it was bipedal for sure. And I was like, yeah, nope, 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 nope. And then my friend who owns that trailer like had spent some time there alone, like when her husband wasn't around and stuff too, and like she's heard some things, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a Winnebago, and it's definitely after you. She goes, yeah, I don't know why it wants me, but I'm not falling for that shit. Just to give your listeners a bit of context, like these are creatures that will try and lure you out. They are shapeshifters.
It's just like the Appalachian forest.
Yes, exactly.
If people have heard about that. So
Yeah.
they will, like, people are all about the Appalachian Appalachia
Yes.
as a whole. It's terrifying. I will never go.
No, no, thank you.
I will go, not at night. I'm not staying there. And I don't care if people think that it's like funny, like it's all fake, it's in your head.
Even
There
if
are
it is,
too
that's
many
still
things.
terrifying.
There are too many things.
Yeah.
Nope. There are too many
It'll-
experiences that date
Yeah.
back thousands of years in that area that I'm just not doing.
Yeah, because I'm like, this land wasn't our land.
Nope.
We're all immigrants. Like,
And although I am in a marginalized group, my skin color does not say that, and so therefore, I'm not messing with anything. Respectfully, no.
yeah.
I apologize on behalf of everybody that has ever been related to me. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, no. I get
I apologize.
you. I get you. No, it's my co-host is actually like descended from people from Appalachia as well. Like she's from Alabama. She lives in Atlanta, and we're both kind of similar in that regard. Like when we met up for the first time, because like we were internet mutuals for the longest time, and we have a lot of people that we've been friends with for like decades at this point now. But like I went down to Atlanta to meet up with her, and we did the Fox Theater. Like I'm not sure if you've been to Atlanta or know
I haven't,
anything
but
about.
I've heard.
Yeah, so we went to the Fox Theater, and like the tour guide was like, oh, and he like, because it was in October, so it was spooky season, and so the tour guide was like, oh, do we have anybody like that psychic or like medium? We both kind of put our hands up, and like
I'm always hesitant when people ask me that question. I'm like, I don't know if I want to out myself right now, actually.
it was a bunch of old white women in this tour group too, so I was just
no.
like, yeah, I'm gonna say it, but like there were certain rooms and things. Because it used to be a plant, I think it used to be a plantation, or a plantation used to be on those grounds as well. So it's
I'll
very
mess
like,
with that.
ooh, no, and the theater wasn't, but like I believe there was one on the grounds previously.
No.
So like we went by a certain room, and we both had a shiver go down our spine, and we had to stop
I just
for a
had
second.
one right now.
Yeah, and we're both like, I was like, nope, and I kept walking past that room. I'm like, I don't want to know what happened in there because what I saw, I did not like. When the energy in a place is that strong, like I've also been to Pearl Harbor, and let me tell you, I had a migraine the entire time.
Nope.
Yeah.
So what I've read about and what I've experienced, and I'm sure you have too. This is mainly just for the listeners and viewers of this, is that when you are intuitive and when you're sensitive to that, it doesn't matter. Like I have boundaries with spirits that they cannot enter my body. They can't touch me. Not doing it. But I get a lot of physical sensations even though I have those boundaries with them.
Right.
I like get spasms usually, which is how I explain it because of my nerve pain and everything. It's the same thing. It feels the same as if my muscle is spasming.
Yeah.
It's the same
I call
thing.
them twitchies.
And it affects my whole body, or like I'll start getting really hot, or I'll get really cold. I know that's a really common one for people. I've had migraines before that have just come on very suddenly. I have like something strange that's happening to me recently where I'll walk into a room and like a part of my head, but not like skin, like my brain, just like a section of it
inside, like just behind.
Yeah.
Will
hurt like blinding pain for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, and that
it'll
feels
go
like an
away.
eternity.
And then it'll go away. And I'm like, okay, so what was that? Why did you do that? So I have the theory that it's when the spirits get close to me and they're just standing there. And I'm like, please actually back up. I don't enjoy that because it's like so much energy for me, for my body, and for my spirit all at once. And it's like, okay, don't need
It's like social distancing, guys. 6 feet.
6 feet at least. Can be in the room. Just back up. I don't need you this close. It actually happened to me recently. We were on a historical ghost tour
Oh,
locally.
fun.
So fun. And it was 2 hour walking tour. I didn't walk at all. I was in my chair the whole time. And really, really recommend if you're in Orange County, do the Orange County historical ghost tours.
I would love to.
HauntedOC.com. Please come on one with me.
I would love
It'd
to.
be a trip. Let me tell you
Can
that.
we?
Please come
I
down here.
recently went to California for the first time. I would love to come again.
Come down. I love it.
Yes. I'm in.
We could do like a whole YouTube series where you and I like go ghost hunting. I would love
Oh,
it.
hell yeah. Let's do it.
Old fashioned ghost hunter style. But we went on a historical ghost tour and it was actually really, really cool. So we ended the tour inside of a preserved home from the late 1800s.
Okay.
And it was the home of one of the first female physicians in the area.
Ooh. Okay.
And so she was the first female physician in the area we were in. I'm not going to out myself and dox myself and tell you what area
Yeah,
it
please
was.
don't.
But it was really interesting, and she was really cool. So she got her doctorate in Boston, became a doctor back when women, that was not a thing.
Yeah.
And then came back to California and was like, I would like to work as a doctor now. And all the hospitals were like, no, because you're a woman, so you can't work here. So she was like, okay, fine. So she worked out of her home and treated people in her home, and mainly pregnant women.
Okay.
And she delivered thousands of babies in her home.
Yikes.
And
The energy in that place.
it was wild. And it was also during a pandemic. And so during the pandemic, she set up army-style tents in her backyard to house sick children and or children whose parents had passed away from the pandemic. And so she was like the most selfless woman. She had a makeshift microphone kind of thing installed in her home that was at like the front door. And it was it went all the way from the front door all the way up into the second story of the house next to her bed. So if anybody needed help in the middle of the night, somebody could speak into it and she would get out of bed and go help them.
Oh, okay. I've seen those. Yeah.
She was a badass, may I add.
She's now my hero.
Really cool. Willela, I forget her last name. Her first name is Willela though. Willela Howwaffle.
Oh, wow.
Is her name. She divorced her first husband, Slay. Back when
Badass.
divorce for a woman?
Oh, yeah.
Unheard
Oh, yeah.
of. She died on a house call. Yeah, she died on a house call attending
Of what?
to somebody. I don't know. She just, of like a heart attack, I think. Like natural causes. Her body was just like,
So she died as she lived.
I'm done now. Yeah, pretty much. But she was really cool. So she housed patients there and everything. And so the second I entered this house in my wheelchair with all of my medical devices, I could just feel all of the metaphorical eyes on me, because my guess is she was like, what are you? How did they keep you alive? What is happening? And so we went into this house, and she was the ghost host, as she called herself, was telling us about all of the history in this house.
Yeah.
And I was in a doorway, because there was a lot of people. I was in a doorway in the middle of two rooms. So I was in the middle. My back wheels were in the parlor, and my front wheels, my casters, were in the dining room. And so the part of me that was in the parlor, like this section of my head, just blinding pain for like 30 to 45 seconds. And I texted Kaz, who was standing right behind me, and I was like, my head is killing me. And he was like, do you want to leave? And I was like, no.
No. This is a fun headache.
I cannot leave right now.
My spidey senses are tickling.
And so the host of this tour was going into it, and she was like, Yeah, actually, a lot of people tend, when they do have experiences in this house, spiritual experiences, they have them. You see where Cassidy's sitting? Like right there.
And
And
you're
I was
like,
like,
duh.
get it. So at the end of this tour, we're going around the house. We could like explore. We're in the kitchen, which is so tiny. We're in the kitchen,
Mm,
and there's this doorway into a tinier pantry.
okay.
And Kaz was like, "Oh, do you want to go look in there?" And I thought, because there were a lot of people in this house, and we're all just kind of like walking around,
Yeah.
it looked like out of the corner of my eye that there was somebody standing in the doorway. And so I kind of like looked and was about to like move out of the way so that they could get by me, because the way I was in the middle of this room, they could not step over the top of me to get by me. So I like
Yeah.
backed up, and because I thought there was somebody right here, and I looked, nobody there. And so I looked over, and he was like, "Do you want to go into that room?" And I went, "No, there's somebody in that room." Actually, I was like, "That room's occupied." And he was like, "Oh." And I was like, "Yeah." I could just
Yeah.
feel them, like,
Mm-hmm.
safely from a distance, just looking at me, just like
Yeah.
eyeing me up and down. I saw a shadow figure in the window of one of the back houses.
Mm-hmm.
And then once me, Kaz, and the host of the tour, we were all talking. We were the only ones left in this house. And it wasn't like a bad energy. It was just a lot of it that was in this home.
Right.
Um,
It's like the air's thick.
yeah, I didn't feel threatened at all, but it was very much
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm stepping into something. Right as we were alone, everybody else had left, and the
Right.
host and her hosting partner were in this house with us, and the other host, was in the other room, and we just hear scurrying,
No,
and
thank
she
you.
goes, "Hey, did you move anything over? What are you doing in the other room?" And he just goes, "I'm just sitting here. I heard that." And it sounded like kids running on
Because it
the top
probably
floor,
was.
because it probably was. And she goes, "Okay." And I was like, "Yeah, sorry about that." Does follow me. Does happen. She was like, "Yeah, you're not kidding." And I was like,
Yeah.
"No, not in the
No.
slightest."
No.
Yeah, so that was a recent, very recent, like within the last month,
Yeah.
story time of
Nice.
a lot of energy happening.
So someone I was very close with, we're no longer friends. We had a very tight connection. Oh, hello, kitty. We had a very strong connection, and like, cause she's also witchy and things like that, and like, cause we were so close, like, again, you explained this to other people, it's gonna sound crazy, but whatever. I trust you. Safe space.
It's true.
Um,
Safe
that
space.
like,
Yes,
if
always.
I was somewhere and I was like, okay, this place is like hopping, or something. And like she'd
We
be
gotta
like,
go.
yeah, yeah. She's like, I'm seeing this, and this. And I'd be like, yep, yep. She goes,
Correct.
she'll be like, to your right, like look to your right. And I'd look to my right, and there would be something or something like that. Like we were and we weren't physically close. Like she lives in New York City, I live in Toronto. So like, it would be like that. And it was like I was in Europe, and she would be like, she would text me sometimes, like, and it would be kind of scary because I'd be like, it'd be the beginnings of feeling something. Do you
Uh.
know what I mean? Where it hasn't registered with you yet, like that, like
And then you
pre
get the text, and you're
something.
like,
And I get a text like, are you
"Oh,
good? Like,
yeah, very much connected." And that, excuse me, what are
yeah.
you doing, sir?
One of my favorite moments from that, though, like, was I went to visit her at one point, and I was in this really old hotel near Times Square, but it was like,
Mm.
it was newly
New
renovated, so it
York
looked
City, I
nice, but
really feel
oh,
spiritually connected to. Like, I love
yes.
this spiritually connected, part of that. But sometimes I
Yeah.
walk into places in New York City, and I'm like, we gotta go.
Yeah,
We're not supposed to be here right now.
there's definitely been some places where I'm like, I need to leave.
I have to go now.
Right. But like, so I was staying in this hotel, and like there was like, for some reason I couldn't roll over to the other side of the bed. I can't describe how. Like, yes, can I physically roll over? Yes,
But
I
it did
can.
not feel
But
correct.
whatever was on the other side did not want me to go. He did not want me to go. I saw two people in there, and from two different time periods. And it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
until my former friend at the time came to see me in the hotel. She was like, "Oh, he's sitting right over there, and she's over there," and I'm like, "Yep."
Correct.
And so her gifts are more like she can hear as well. Like it's more like a conversation that's going on in the back of your head.
I don't have that.
Yeah,
I
I don't have that either.
I don't have that.
I don't have that either, but she does. So like she would talk to them and stuff like that. And like I said something at one point where I'm like, should I wear my docs or should I wear like these, like my knee's hurting today or something, right? And she laughed and I was like, what? He goes, what the she's like, oh, he said, what the fuck does it matter? Like shoes are shoes. And I'm like, what the fuck?
First of all, excuse you.
Yeah.
Rude.
And like, so between the two of us, between our two different yet equally important abilities, we were able to suss out that like they didn't know each other before they died because it was two different eras. So she was kind of the like 1920s pointy boot.
Yes.
Like 1910s, sorry, to be specific. Like loose kind of bun on top of your head, school marm type outfit. She was in that. He was very much the 1950s wide leg trouser, high waisted, kind of like traveling salesman vibe.
Business. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they connected in the afterworld. So
I love it.
In the spirit world. Yeah. And I was just like, can y'all let me sleep? Are we good? But they were fine. They weren't malicious or anything. It's just like I walked into this lover's room.
Oops.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys. I paid for this. So please.
Yeah.
Go somewhere else.
Let me sleep. Yeah.
Yeah. He probably didn't want you on that side of the bed because that was her side of the bed.
Yeah, probably.
He was probably like, what are you doing here? Get off.
Yeah.
Get out. Maybe.
And it's one of those situations where I'm like, you can't really lead with that. That's not a party.
No.
Like conversation.
Very much not. That's why I think this episode will go one of two ways. I think people are gonna love it, or they're gonna be like, Cassie's gone off the deep end. We don't know where she is.
Listen, we are both rational, scientific, And
if you can debunk experiences,
right,
I'm all for it. But some things that I've experienced alone with nobody else, or even things that I've experienced with my partner, we've tried to debunk things. Like, he very much is so skeptical that he's like, well, maybe if you do it this way, no. Well, maybe if this happened, no. And I'm like, correct. Correct. Yep. It's not physical. Actually, just accept it. So I think this should be a segment on the show. Ghosty talks with Cassie.
Yes, I love this.
I love it. I almost was like, we should start another podcast, but I think Wes would be really upset at us.
Or he'd be like, I have exclusive rights to edit.
He'd be like, move over. This is what we're doing.
Yes.
Yeah, I love all things ghosty. I love all things paranormal. Same. I love all the YouTubers. We watch all the shows. Some of them I can't hang.
No.
You have to be nice to them.
Yeah, you have to be nice to them. Like, I went to see a documentary called Coven, and it was about 3 different witchy women and their path to like reconnect with things.
I love it.
And that movie, I loved the concept, but that movie made me so mad because one of them, no, not at all of them. There were some that I really liked. There were some witches I really liked. There was this one, she was a black woman and she's African, like she still has like the African name and everything as well. So she like her parents were she's technically an immigrant, I think. Yes. Yeah. So like, but she grew up in America and stuff. And so she's kind of trying to reconnect, and she's queer. So she's like wanting to like, she's like, well, I might as well, dive into like my whole ancestry and things like that and stuff like that. And she goes down to New Orleans and like, was talking to like a voodoo priest and stuff. And he was like, well, like this is your history. And he goes, no, to her. He goes, no, this is your history too. Like, where do you think we got it from? We got it from like Africa. Like we got it. I forgot what country, so I don't want to name a specific country to get it wrong. But like it's from the same area, and
Yeah.
like so he was like, "This is your history too. Just because you didn't come from this branch doesn't mean you're not part of the tree." And I was like, "Oh, that's deep." The one that pissed me off was this one woman who
I'm a one woman show. That means that I write all of these scripts, film all of these videos all by myself. But I also have a team of amazing editors. And as you can imagine, it costs some money to be a 23-year-old entrepreneur. And so many of you were asking how you can support me being able to do what I love and make videos for all of you. That's why I started a Ko-Fi. If you head on over to my Ko-Fi and drop a donation, you automatically become a representation booster. And I shout out one representation booster in my weekly YouTube video. So head on over to my Ko-Fi, drop a donation, and who knows, maybe next week I'll shout you out. Back to the video.
see, this is where I roll my eyes, just because like it isn't like it is on TV. Like she found out she was a descendant from someone from the trials. I believe it was Mary Eastie.
Okay.
And that's when I get like skeptical.
How'd we figure that out?
Yeah. And like I've been to Salem. The energy is big there because of mass mass hanging. But I'm personally of the belief that like they may have been witchy because everybody was fucking witchy at that time, but I definitely believe in the mass hysteria aspect of it, just because I also know how people can get carried away.
And
so
I
I'm
also
saying
think
column
it was
A and
very
column B.
much women.
Yes, it was very much like this woman has herbs that can fix
Heal?
things. Yeah.
No.
What do you
Dead.
mean we can't just suffer through this? Jesus wouldn't
Gone.
like that.
Yeah, I have a sweatshirt that says they didn't burn witches, they burned women.
Yes. Thank you.
Because, yeah, I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
a lot of them were witchy because I think that's just a lot of people are witchy in general. They just might
Yes.
not know that they are.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know for probably 20 something years of my life, you know? But
Yeah.
I think that a lot of it was women. They didn't like
Yes.
women having power. They didn't like women making their own decisions. They didn't like
Definitely not.
women saying anything that was incorrect in their
They just
eyes.
didn't like women.
They
Let's
didn't
just
like
be
women.
real. Let's be
Just
so
women.
for real.
In general,
women.
women.
It's like they hate women and then they hate people that aren't white.
Correct.
Literally that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they would have hated me just because I'm a woman, but I also look different. They'd be like,
Right.
gone. Demonic. Actually, get her out.
I wouldn't have survived the boat ride over.
No, I wouldn't have either, actually. I wouldn't have. It's gone. My mom grew up in Eugene, so not far from Salem.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Massachusetts as a whole has a vibe, and
oh,
that's all I
wait,
can
thought we
say.
were talking about Oregon. Never mind.
No, I was talking about Salem.
My brain.
It's okay. I've been to Oregon. Oregon has.
Oregon's
I've been to
also
Portland.
very witchy.
Yes.
Extremely witchy.
Well, why do you think it's become the epicenter for all the cults?
It's true.
Right? Why do you think that people that start out with somewhat of a spiritual, like a foot in the spiritual world of like, yes, I feel like this, before they get all evil and sex, culty, and whatever
true.
else, but like there's a reason why.
Facts. Yeah, Oregon has some interesting energy attached to it.
I took I've only been once, and I went for an Arctic Monkeys concert because
Love it.
I love them. I love them.
Love it.
I took the Amtrak from Vancouver down to Portland. So like, it goes to Seattle and then it goes all the way down. And when I tell you, like, nothing changed outside, but you hit that barrier.
Yeah.
You hit that barrier, and it's just like, you're kind of like, dude,
The
you're minding
energy,
your own
you're
business
like,
on the train, and then you just kind of sit up like, whoa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I've been to Oregon many times because I grew up in Seattle.
Okay.
So
I
grew
love
up,
Seattle.
I love Seattle. I love Seattle. I used to hate it because I grew up there. And now that I've
We
moved
all go
away,
through
I'm
a
like,
phase.
yes. But yeah, I love Seattle. But as soon as we hit outside of, because I grew up outside of the city, about 45 minutes outside of Seattle, south of Seattle, and as soon as we hit the wilderness, where there's nothing but trees
Yeah.
and woods, I will say that going to the redwoods in Northern
Oh,
California felt wrong,
I'm scared of Northern
incorrect.
California.
We have to drive through Northern California on a road trip from Southern California all the way up to Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
In July, end of July, early August this year. That's the part that I'm most scared of spiritually is the redwoods because the last time I was there was only for like a night or two, and I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't sleep. I did not sleep well, and I did not know that I was witchy at that point. I was probably like 12, and
Right.
I did not like it there. I was like, something is wrong, and my mom was like, everything's great. And I was like, wrong
You
actually.
sure about that?
I was like, this is this. It just felt sticky.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how else to describe it.
It's like the
Just
humidity thing I was talking about. Like
it
it's
like
like you feel it.
it was wrong. And I
Mm-hmm.
think I'm very tied to like nature spirits too.
Yeah.
And they did not like that people were there. And I was like, because a bunch of redwoods got chopped down to make the gift shop and the hotels and like they don't like that. Why'd you do that?
So right, they're very much get off my lawn, literally.
As you should, like as we
Yeah.
should. Yes. No. I was like, why am I here? This is the worst. Um, yeah. So very nervous about that, but very excited. I think we're gonna try to do some witchy things that might be on
Yes.
my Patreon later, um, surrounding just paranormal in general. I'm going with
Yeah.
another witch slash medium, so
Amazing.
should be really interesting. We like to play a
Please film
game.
this.
Yes. We like to play a game when we go through like thrift shops
Mm-hmm.
with furniture and we go, okay, which one out of this aisle gives you haunted vibes? And all of us settle on the exact same one every single time.
That's a good. I'm gonna steal that game if you don't
It's
mind. That's a good
not
game to
bad.
play.
It's really fun, actually.
Yeah.
Very fun game.
It's like I
Especially if
Spy
all of
for
you are
Witchy Folk.
intuitive. I'm like, which one out of these walking by them makes you feel bad? Makes you feel like you should not touch that, actually.
Yeah. That reminds me. So I went to go visit a friend. They used to live here, but they moved back to Quebec, and they live in this small town that, like, essentially, if you drive in a certain spot, you might get U.S. roaming or not. Like, they're very close to the border to New York, and because it's just separated by the St. Lawrence. And they have this abandoned ancient, like not ancient, but this abandoned church near them that was from the Scottish settlers who didn't quite understand the land and
Uh-oh.
all that stuff. And like
Oh,
all that's
no.
left are like the bare bones of this place. And they have she was a toddler at the time, but their kid was a toddler. And like we all went and we're walking around and like, again, I got the text from the friend because I was friends with her at the time. And she's like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, I'm in an abandoned
Fun
church right
fact.
now that has a cemetery outside."
Uh,
And then she's like, "The kid's standing on the pulpit right now, right?" I'm like, "Yep, yep." She goes, I was like,
right.
"Don't worry, I'm already on it." I'm pulling her away because she got it. She started stomping on this one spot, like aggressively, and I was like, "Yep, yep, same girl, same."
How old was she?
And she was 2.
That's
Yeah, and then
prime time.
yeah, and so I was getting not great vibes from that place. And like, so between again me and my friend at the time, we were kind of piecing it together and we're like, "Oh, this priest was not good." And like, so when we were outside, we were like walking around the little, like, kind of abandoned cemetery-ish spot, and like the kid and I were walking around, and she did not like this one grave, and she started stomping on it. And I was just like, I was like, I
Get a
texted
girl, but
the
maybe not.
yeah, get a girl. I texted and I'm just like, does the name, like, what name? I just said, what name comes out to you? And it was the same name as the person on the
That's wild.
tombstone. And we're like, I looked down and I read the actual tombstone, and it was the preacher.
Yeah, kids don't lie.
Kids don't lie.
I don't mess with
Kids
kids.
don't lie.
I don't mess with
No.
kids and ghosts. I'm like, I've told Kaz, I was like, if our children ever are like, yeah,
Yeah.
that toy talks to me when you're sleeping, I'm gonna be like, and actually, we're gonna call it medium now. I'm not doing that.
That's what pisses me off about horror movies. Like, believe your kids, man.
Always believe the children. The
Believe
children
your kids.
are number one. I will always believe kids and their witchy feelings.
Because they don't know how to discern anything
Nope.
yet. They haven't learned societal shame for these things.
No, we will always listen to our children because I'm not dealing with any poltergeists. I'm not dealing with any haunted bad energy. I'm not dealing now the good hauntings. Y'all can
Yeah.
stay.
Yeah.
Are I've worked very hard to keep this space very sacred, very warm, very inviting. But that can stay. Anything
Yeah.
else is out. We're not doing it.
No.
We're not doing
Like
it.
even like I've had to in the last 2 years I've gotten out of 2 friendships. Which if anyone tells you that, friendship breakups aren't like you can't compare them to couple breakups, get out of here.
You can.
It's worse. It's worse to go through
So
a friendship breakup because you have a life together
Yeah.
regardless. Like they're the ones that stick around. Partners don't stick around as long. No offense to anybody with partners
That's true.
or anything like that, but like it's you can't just say like, oh, like the Spice Girls had it right. If you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends.
True.
Um, so and like that one of them is also witchy, but I also believe in like not like out of sight, out of mind. I mean, I'm ADHD, so like out of sight, out of mind really does work for me. More like when you realize in hindsight the energy from somebody was not that great towards you, and there's someone that knows about energies. Like so I've been slowly like getting rid of things,
Deconstructing. Yeah.
but like not throwing them out because that's not right. So I've
Yeah.
been repurposing. So like there was a Squishmallow I was gifted. I gave it to my niece,
Love.
who's a toddler. Gave it
Love
to
that.
her. It doesn't upset me to see it in her house,
Yeah.
I'm like, good. She's playing with it. She loves it. Like,
Great.
things like that. I've just like clothing and things like that, that even she's passed on to me. She had like given to me because we're similar size. Like I was like, okay, let me be like, hey, somebody else. Like, she gave me a pair of like these Doc creepers. And I was like, you know what? Like my friend Kat, like was looking for new shoes and like they're a similar size to me and they tried it
Yeah.
on and it was like it was so amazing for them. So I was like,
Great.
here, Kat, you take it, and like I feel better that way too. So it's like energy doesn't just mean the undead. It's also from people that are alive. Right. So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to cleanse my space because it's
Love
my
that.
space. So why should I have this stuff lying around? Like, yeah, the Squishmallow never did anything to me.
Yeah.
It's not even like I look at it and I think of that person. It's
Sure.
more like, okay, this was given to me with an intent, so I'm going to give it to somebody else with a positive intent and let's just call it a day.
Yeah. Well, also that's the whole thing of what's her name on Netflix, Marie Kondo. I think is her
Yes,
name?
it
Where
sparks
she's
joy.
Like, if it doesn't spark joy, get it out.
Yeah,
and it's
get it
so
out.
real. Like that's all energy, right?
Yeah.
That's all. Whether you want to believe it or not, like the whole sparking joy thing, that would be energy. If you don't feel happiness when you see it or when you touch it, get rid of it. Like why
Get
is
rid
it
of
in
it.
your space? Or
Yeah.
repurpose it into something that does give you joy.
Exactly.
Transform it somehow so that
Exactly.
you look at it and it does give you joy and it does bring you peace in your space.
Yeah. Like I haven't gotten rid of the decks she gave me, tarot decks, but what I've done is I've cleansed them.
Love.
I've
We love
cleansed them
cleansing.
because she gave them to me. So I was like, you know what? Let's cleanse her. I mean, they're my decks. Like, I don't know if you
Yeah.
dabble in tarot. Like, they're
I
my
have tarot
decks.
decks
So
up
I've
there.
already charged them. Ugh, mine are over there. And I've got like, I think 4 of them. But like, she gifted me them because she also, she's the one that kind of guided me in the beginning because she's like, you're intuitive. You should be doing this. Wow, I didn't think I'd be talking this positively about her, but again, I don't mess with energy, right? So, but let's just say the deck that used to be nice to her isn't nice to her anymore. So I think I did my job.
No, I do believe in energetic readings like that. Yeah.
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 And I prefer to do readings for people I know, not because of quote unquote insider information. It's more so the energy.
Yes.
Right?
I agree.
Like, so, like, I mean, not to toot my own horn, but like a lot of the readings that I've done have been correct. Have been correct. And in some ways I'm like, shit, I didn't know that was going to be that correct. Jeez.
Yeah.
But
My bad. God.
my bad. My bad.
Okay, we do have to wrap this episode up.
Yes. We could talk forever.
We could. That's why I think we should start our own podcast.
Listen, I'm down.
Hey,
Let DFC calm down. We can launch on the spooky season.
it's true. Spooky season. Comment down below if you want to see a
Yes.
spooky podcast.
Yes.
I love it. I'm gonna have like 8 podcasts by the end of the year. Because
I already
like,
have
start
2.
a podcast for that. I only have one. So
Ah,
I feel like we should,
we
capitalize
should.
off of this.
Yeah, let's diversify.
Let's diversify. Okay. Where can people find you?
Oh my gosh. They can find me on the internet as at the Lucky Charms. That's SHARMS. I'm mostly on Blue Sky and Instagram and TikTok as well. They can find my podcast Bloody Broads across the field as Bloody Broads Pod. We are on Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, Patreon, all that good stuff. We're everywhere you can find podcasts. And also DFC because Wes will murder me if I do not plug
Sure.
our pod. But it's okay. I'll come back and haunt him. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. I can do that.
Damn.
So we can. It's called Double Feature Creatures, but we are across the board as the Sixville Mall Theater, spelt the Canadian way, so RE on the end. Yeah, or if they want to send us any emails, you can send it to doublefeaturecreaturespod@gmail.com. Yeah. If you want to listen to a millennial and a Gen Xer talk about the films they grew up on.
Love it. I would definitely be tuning in for that.
Yes, we've got some good combos.
I'm excited.
We've got some good combos. I made him watch What's Your Number for one episode, so.
Love it.
Yes. But yeah, check us out. Yeah, find if you want to drop a comment on anything ghosty, witchy,
Please.
spoopy spoopy.
We'll do an
Please
episode on
do.
it. We will.
Yes.
You don't have a paranormal podcast yet, do you?
I don't.
Oh,
So
there
this
you go.
would be diversifying.
It would be
the field.
diversifying.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being on, Bhavna. I really appreciate it. It was so much fun. So out of my public comfort zone, but I loved it.
I loved it too. Thank you for having me,
Of
Cassie.
course,
Long-time
anytime.
listener, first-time caller.
Love it. And thank you for watching and listening to this episode of The View from 4 feet and 3 inches. Please drop a like, comment down below if you want us to start our own podcast, or if you have any ghosty stories, paranormal stories of your own. We'd love to read them and possibly read them on air sometime. Oh. Please give this podcast and episode a 5-star rating. It really does help me out. Depending on where you're watching or listening, please hit that subscribe button because I do post on YouTube every Wednesday. I have a YouTube vlog that comes out, and every Sunday I have a podcast episode here on The View from 4 feet and 3 inches out everywhere you listen to podcasts. Go follow me on all my other platforms because I do post on YouTube Shorts, Instagram, Facebook Reels, and TikTok every single day. And head on over to my Patreon to check out my post show. We did just have an episode of Casty After Dark that drops every month. That came out a few weeks ago by the time you're listening to this. So go check that out too. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and we will see you next week. Bye!